Hello everybody, wonderful day. This is Arend Sbербанка from Countryside Acres. Меня зовут Arend Sbербанка, I don't know how you say it in Russian. You're watching Countryside Acres. We are back on the job. Got a bit of a competition going right now. We got Wesley and Ariana stripping wood off the forms here, and I got Cora and Waylon back there, and they're racing to see who gets done first. So they are removing all the material, all the wood, the braces from the outside of our concrete. I am getting the board put on. You can see we've got these bolts embedded in the concrete. Our sill plate's gonna go on there. Gonna put some sill gasket down. Right now I'm marking them out. You can see I drilled a hole. We'll get that ready to put on. And then hopefully, well, I gotta frame the walls yet. So on the two strip footings that are inside, I gotta frame 2x6 walls. Those are load-bearing walls carrying the floor above. We will then start framing the floor, putting joists on and getting the plywood decking on, and then start on the next story. So pretty exciting week ahead of us. It is Thursday today. We will be here all day today, tomorrow. See how far we get on this project. Alright, the wind has picked up. It's a little bit rainy. The rain's actually really nice, cooling things off. No, not cold.
I'm just kidding.
You're a little bit cold?
Not today.
No. Cooled it off nicely because it was way too hot. But this tent here is, it's not liking the wind much, and it's sure blowing me around. It's not really a lot coming, but there is a little bit coming. You can see it's not that dark out there. I think it'll blow over here very soon. That's my guess. But anyway, we switched from construction to holding on to tents. Possible destruction. We got the tent down. Isn't that awesome? This is why I love this place, man. That is just stunning. So we got a storm blowing through.
I hope we don't fail to see the beauty of being free. Don't forget what you love the most. I just want to keep you close.
Alright, it's evening time. Doesn't even look that dark out yet, but we're going to call her quits a little bit earlier than normal and enjoy some time here together. Me and the four oldest. Ariana's not here at the moment, but she is here. So we're going to have some popcorn, looks like, some marshmallows, and just enjoy the evening. We did get the top plate on, sunset going on. Didn't get quite as far because we got rained out a couple times, but the top plate is on. I got a sill gasket tucked underneath there. That's basically a piece of foam, I guess you could call it, and keeps the sill off the concrete. Concrete sweats, and that can cause some rot issues in the wood, but also the main thing I think is to keep the draft, any wind blowing between the concrete wall here and the sill plate. So that piece of wood that's bolted down is the sill plate. Our house will be nailed to that. Tomorrow we will build some walls. The kids stripped all the material off the sides. There's a couple of pieces there yet to notice, but we'll get that tomorrow. We can now strip the inside forms off, or braces, not forms. And I'm going to build two 2x6 walls on those footings, get everything tidied up and clean. You can see all the spilled concrete in here as well. Make sure everything's raked smooth so that we're ready for concrete floor when we get around to it. But tomorrow we'll build those 2x6 walls, and then we can start popping our joists on here, put the flooring on top of that, and then we'll be ready to build the upstairs. Super exciting. Why would I build a stick framed house and not build like everybody else here? Because this is how I build homes, and I know exactly how to do it, and I've done it most of my life. And why build something different? This works great. They're excellent homes. I think my face looks dirty. I don't know. I'm really tired. It's been a long week. Long week with poor sleep. It's so hot, it's hard to sleep. There's Ariana. She's with us now. Nice little fire. Some scraps of wood. Catch you guys all in the morning. Back up. Okay. Ariana, just scrape, don't poke like that. They are hard at work stripping all the braces off the inside. Wes and I are getting ready to build these 2 walls, and then it's a matter of just popping all the joists on the top. Very exciting times. It is amazing how fast it gets hot in the morning. It is only like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and it is already just, I'm sweating already. It's good for you. They say going in the banya is good to get the sweat out. Well, I think just working in the sunshine is going to get enough sweat out today. Okay, shot from down here. Got lines chalked on the footings. We built these little blocks. The reason being that we are going to pour concrete here, and I want concrete under my wall, but right now we're not going to pour concrete. So we're going to build a wall like this, roughly, on this string line, and that'll allow the concrete to flow underneath the wall, and especially between these blocks, there's going to be lots of concrete flowing underneath as well. Jerry is making an awful racket over there, working hard. Ariana's cleaning up some concrete from the edges. And I'm going to give Cora a hand get this done. So we're going to put one wall here on this footing, one wall on this footing. Once they're done, then we're going to start popping our floor joists on top of here. Then it'll be a lot more shady down here as well. And not so hot. It is really hot down here, and excessively so because it's bouncing off all the white styrofoam. It's like sitting in a mirror room right now. So I was just working here thinking that every now and again you get a comment from somebody that's like, oh, I can't believe you have to make your kids work, blah, blah, blah. For one, I don't really make them work. They all kind of enjoy it, and they've always just done it. But think about it this way. You can either raise children that work, know how to be productive, and will one day be able to feed their families. Or you can allow your child not to work, to be completely 100% dependent on you, playing video games with no discernible skills or useful talents at all, and just kind of a drain on the society that have like no talents. They never get to work because the children or the parents don't let them. Oh no, don't do that, don't do that. No, I'll do that. Let your kids help. Right? Even my 3-year-old Finley, he wants to work. I could tell him to sit still. No, and put a video game in his hands. Right? If he wants to help out, why not let him help out? He's going to learn talents. He's going to learn work ethic. He's going to learn useful skills that he'll one day be able to feed his wife and children and contribute to society as a whole. It's not just about the individual. All of society. This great country needs people who know how to work and who have talents and who have ambition, who have just a desire to get things done. And coddling your kids and bubble wrapping them is not going to help with that at all. These children have no worries about it at all. Alright, look at him swinging that axe. How many 10-year-olds can swing an axe and smash up concrete? He's enjoying himself. He could have quit a long time ago. I'm not making him do that. Alright, Cora working hard here. Ariana working hard up there. It's just a thought that I had. If you want your children to be responsible, you got to give them responsibility. And letting them sit on the couch or telling them to sit on the couch, that would be even worse. But either way, children should have chores, they should have things to do, and they should feel useful. We all desire to be useful. If you've ever worked at a place where you just don't feel like you're needed and you don't feel like you're wanted, that's a terrible feeling. To have a purpose and to have a sense of belonging, or a sense of contribution, where you can at the end of the day stand back and say, yeah, I got that thing done. That is so good for us, and I think every one of us needs that. So don't deny your children the chance to help out. Now the fun begins. So I said earlier how the metric system, I have to think it all through. Yes, I've used metric. I know what centimeters are, I know what millimeters are, but I also have built houses for 24 years. Houses and barns off and on for 24 years. And I had 26 years. And I have always done it in inches. And so I know exactly how to lay out my wall on 16-inch centers. Now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to lay this out in centimeters. And you can say, well, just convert it. Yeah, granted, but your plywood sheets are different size. They're 2,500 millimeters or 250 centimeters. To make sure that all the joints land on a stud and there's no cutting, it needs to be laid out properly. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. 16-inch on centers would be 40 centimeters. If I do 40 centimeters, then I'm going to get to 240 centimeters. And that leaves me an extra 10 centimeters on the edge of my sheet of plywood that will not be sitting on anything. So now I need to divide that up, which I think is going to get me to 42 centimeters, which is really an oddball thing. Sure, you can do the math. It's not the problem. The thing that I'm talking about is working efficiently, where you're getting the most amount of work done in the least amount of time. Efficiency. And then you need a system. In order to be efficient, you need a system. So when you've grown up using inches, that is ingrained in your head. My kids know how to lay out a wall in 16-inch and 24-inch centers, and now we need to think about it. So everything's going to just take longer as we try to wrap our head around, okay, what are we going to do in this new system? Some people suggest that I could just cut the plywood sheets down to 8-foot lengths, which would be 2,400 centimeters, or millimeters, 240 centimeters. That would make sense, and then I could just build everything the way I'm used to building. But it seems kind of pointless to cut the sheets down and then waste that 10 centimeters of product. I changed my mind. I've come to the conclusion that there's no real nice way of laying that out. That's just going to be dumb. So I'm going to have to cut 10 centimeters off every sheet, bring it down to 2,400 millimeters or 240 centimeters, and lay it out on 40 centimeter centers. That's going to make the most amount of sense because it's just equal. It's going to be like a really oddball measurement in order to get to the right spot. If I lay it out at 40, I get the 240 on the end, which is 10 centimeters too much, or too short, I guess. If I do it at 42, then I'm going to be at 252, which is still an oddball number. So, here's what it is. I'm just going to cut the sheets. Unfortunately, I need 30 sheets to do one floor, so 30 sheets times 10 centimeters is going to be 300 centimeters, which is about 10 feet of material that I'll be throwing out, which seems really dumb. So why do they cut them at this? And I've already told this by the Australians. Justin was telling me that it's really oddball measurements. They have their OSB sheets here at 2,500 instead of 2,400. And the other direction, I forget now off the top of my head, 1250 I think it is, instead of whatever that would work out at 4 feet. So strange but true, and we're just going to keep going. Again, like I said before, you can't stand still and spend all day looking at it. The easiest and fastest thing to do is cut it off and move along, and that's what we're going to do. All right, making a bit of progress. We got this wall just about done. He's finishing up the top plate. We're gonna start laying some joists in here. I'm gonna cut some joists. We can do most of this side. And then I gotta build this other wall down here yet. So we have got a bunch of stuff ready for that as well. Of course, cooking some lunch slash breakfast, brunch, I guess it would be called. And Ariana's still working away in there. And I'm gonna lay these out. So yeah, we just took a little bit of a break, went to town, got some supplies for food to eat. And now while we keep working, Cora can make us something to eat. Very good, very good. See the water running down my face or not, but she's warm, very warm. We're almost ready to quit for the day. You can see in the basement here though, we got this wall. This front one's gonna end up being a room, maybe bedroom, I'm not sure yet. And then this is our entranceway is the plan. So when we come in from the barn or from work, basically, we would be coming down these steps, going in this room, and we can leave our boots and our overalls and all that kind of stuff in this room. Also some storage. The sump pump pit will be in here for those of you who are concerned, although at this point there's been zero evidence of any water yet. You still want to be prepared. So we have this tile all the way around the inside, like I said, and I got to build a pit here yet so that if there's any water that comes up through the floor, it'll travel through this gravel and not come up through the concrete. Travel through the gravel, it'll make it to the tile. There's a perforated tile, holes in it, and it'll end up in the sump pit. And then also, like we showed you before, there's a tile also around the outside of the house which drains down the hill. So I don't believe we will ever have a water issue here, but you should never say never. So part of this will be divided off. Window in there. This will be a larger room in the middle, kind of a rec room, play room. Kind of have plans maybe for ping pong table or something for the kids. And then on this side, we'll be coming in here. This will be a pantry. Come in the door here, and Anneesa can keep all our preserves on the shelf. Back you up a little bit, and then there will also be a wall over here somewhere. This is something that's important to prepare for. We stuck this in right away, and that will be for the septic line going out. If you don't prepare for it, you just have to drill a hole in the concrete later, but I like to have it in beforehand just so you don't have to do all that drilling. Just like we stuck one in that corner over there. And that is where I want the well water coming in. We're hoping to drill a well here next week out there, and the lines from the well will then be able to come in the house through here. We'll keep the pressure tank in there. Just a little forward thinking saves a bit of a headache later. So we're working on this wall now. I don't know if we're gonna have time to build the whole thing. Laying out the studs. And once we get this wall up, then we can get the joists up. I can't do these last joists on that side because I need to do the middle ones here first. Reason being that I need this to operate as a beam, and so I need to nail the rim board on these sections of joist first on here before I put those up. I mean, I could do it later, it's just a pain. And then I'm gonna have a double, possibly a triple rim board on top of here to act as a beam over this doorway. And then this here, that needs to translate down. You need at least 3 inches of bearing material, and these are 2 inches each. So 2 of them is probably going to be sufficient for me, but I got 3 going in here because it worked out that way. And better safe than sorry. I'd rather overkill it. And if people say, well, that's too much, whatever, at least my house will never fall down. And on that side, we need to double up the rim board there going across this concrete passageway. That will be nailed into this beam to help carry that load. So the load from these joists that are going up here will spread across this beam. So from these 3 and across to that guy, and then they'll spread to these guys. So there's really not going to be any load here, even though there's joists sitting on top of this. It'll spread it out. Now you're up to speed, I think. You still working hard? Giving her? Yeah, man. Huffing and a puffing. Almost done for the day, right? Guys, another day done. Quitting a little bit early. We've got some people to meet that are here from Australia, actually, that would like to meet with us. This would be second family from Australia, I guess. Yeah, because the other family was from Texas. So anyway, we're gonna go meet with them, and so I gotta get back to Nizhny. That's as far as we got for today. Still pretty good progress. I was hoping to get a lot farther, but it is hot, and you know, it's hard to get as much done as if it was cooler. We worked really hard while it was cool, and it was cloud covered, and then it got some rain. It was nice. So we're ready to build the second wall. That'll be going up tomorrow. I'll be back, and then we'll finish the joists off. I got to figure out where the staircase is going to go upstairs here yet as well, and I should probably have Anneesa's help for that, but By tomorrow night, I think we'll have this all done, and then we can start framing the upstairs. I hope you guys all enjoy our videos and us sharing these with you. From the bottom of our hearts, again, we just thank you. All of you Russian people have been just so amazingly kind and helpful. We've made so many friends that go out of their way to help us again and again and again, and I just can't thank you enough. I appreciate it. I hope that in due time of us being here in Russia, we can pay back somehow, pay forward, whatever we can do. Contribute to Russian society. That is our hope, that is our plan, and yeah, it's something everybody should do. We should all contribute to the community around us as much as possible, wherever we live. So, and to those of you in the West, in Canada, States, Australia, Europe, wherever you may be, we appreciate you all just as much, and thank you for all of your nice comments, for watching us, for supporting us, and just for being with us, being with our family on this journey that we have taken. I hope you guys enjoy. If you're not aware yet, we do have the new Boosty platform going. All of our videos will still be available on YouTube, but in case they disappear, you can find us on Boosty. You can also catch us on Telegram. A good place to find us and stay in touch, or maybe communicate with other people in our group. And I think that about wraps it up. So God bless you guys. We're going home. We'll catch you on another one.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now.